And welcome back to Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Ty Polk with Stan Beckton, Steel City Kickers League. We're about ready for Game 4 coming up at 5 p.m. as ATU will take on the Kicking Queens. And ATU lost the first game of the season against Ladies of Faith 7-5. They gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and Ladies of Faith managed to hang on for that one. And then, of course, the Kicking Queens, they won 6-1 over the Lady Soldiers. Really, it was a nice little offensive stymie for them. A couple runs, spread out their 6 runs across all the innings, and really did a great job of handling the Kicking Queens offense, or excuse me, the Lady Soldiers offense.
And it was a great offensive performance from the Kicking Queens in Week 1, and hopefully they can keep up the theme of offensive explosions here this afternoon.
Absolutely. In all 3 victories, the winner had double-digit runs, including our last game, a 16-0 victory for the Diamond Divas, the 2-time defending champs, and we'll see them in action next week against Alive and Kicking. So it's going to be a great week coming up. Actually, 2 weeks from now, on July 11th, they will be taking a break for the 4th of July weekend. So be sure to stick with us for the Roxamore Sports Network for Week 3 coming July 11th. And Stan, what do you think this next matchup will take place? Like, how do you think ATU and the Kicking Queens will go?
I think we saw some good things from both teams last week. I think this will be a close, competitive game as we head into our 5 p.m. window.
Absolutely. So the combined total of victory for all these teams is, well, 38-6. And so we're looking forward to a little bit more competitive game today. And I believe that we will get this from these two teams. They both finished in and around the same run totals for each other. So hopefully we'll see some great action on the Roxamore Sports Network. And we'll be right back for this game at 5 p.m. It's ATU and the Kicking Queens on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
Let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like big meals, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere, you know I'm talking real far. raise a toast to this thing till I love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chilling with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Turner brothers, yeah, we screaming lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah.
Fourth game of action on the Roxamore Sports Network, the Steel City Kickers League. It's the Kicking Queens taking on ATU. And ATU will lead off to begin this game, and Maddie will be the first kicker of this game.
And this game is shaping up to be an exciting game. Kicking Queens scored 6 runs in their Week 1 win, and ATU, while they might have lost in Week 1, they did put 5 runs on the board.
And it's going to be a great game, and we're hoping to see something. One thing we haven't seen today, it's been all blowouts. The victors of this game have led a combined 38-6, and these two teams did finish in and around us. Kicking Queens at 6 in their victory against the Lady Soldiers last week, and ATU had 5 in their loss against the Ladies of Faith.
And the umpire is getting in an early message to the Kicking Queens infield to tell them to back up behind the baseline.
And we're underway as the first pitch here is for a hit, and ATU's Maddie is aboard with the single. Now here's Pashan for ATU, and that one rolled a little away there, and now the count's 1-1. Pashan hits this one down third base line to second for 1 and only 1. Actually, they rolled that one safe.
A close call there.
Maybe a little bit of a bobble there as this one's in the air but dropped. Play to third, couldn't be handled, and now on the run, but caught is Maddie going towards home. And the flip over, double play.
We got action.
A great play there made by Ebo. She is coming off an excellent defensive performance last week at third base, and she's starting right where she left off.
So the rare fielder's choice double play in effect, as now it's 2 outs, and here's Renee for ATU. Did you have this in your bingo cards to begin this game?
I did not have a double play in them cards.
Well, I'm pretty sure you didn't have a fielder's choice to go along with it. This one skied over third base side, and the catch is made for an out. A great play by Ebo, as that will end this half of the inning. So only 2 hits and 2 runners left on board. We'll go with the Kicking Queens to bat. Score still tied at 0 apiece.
And ATU will hope to build off of a defensive performance that saw a pretty good run early on until they got to that bottom of the sixth last week.
And so coming up to bat for the Kicking Queens is Ebo, and we want to make sure that we get her name correct. As she mentioned that we accidentally mispronounced it for her, and we apologize for that, of course, but now we will be sure to get it. It's Ebo. First pitch well away for a ball. And Ebo taps that one over to the pitcher. The play to first is made for the out. So now next up is Toy, the pitcher for the Kicking Queens. And here's Toy down the first base line. Nice play by the catcher to pick up the short hopper or the second out of this inning.
And right there, the catcher had the decision whether or not to hit the runner with the ball or throw it to first base. And clearly, she made the right one.
And now it's Worm up to bat. I think a lot of the plays with the ball has to do with the fact that kickball is just a little bit too bigger than usual. That's why there was no play made the first there. You can't really just one-handed and throw it like a dodgeball. It's a little bit bigger than that one, as Worm's aboard with the infield single.
A little bit bigger, and remember, you cannot hit a runner above the head, so you have to be very controlled when you throw that ball.
So it's Hunter for ATU. Excuse me, for Kicking Queens, rather. Runner on first, 2 outs. And Hunter hits this one, shallow right field, catch is made for the out. So a nice play by Mimi there. As this one tapped out of the hands of the Kicking Queens. And a nice play there is now everyone's safe. Toy is aboard. And nice play. Okay, what the heck? So now this one tapped over, but foul.
And you can see early on that Kicking Queens, they are kicking the ball towards that first base line a lot.
There's LL forever, and that one lifted shallow center field. The catch is made for an out, and that will end the inning. So no runs on a couple hits, and they leave 2 on board. We'll go to the top of the second inning. And the score is tied at 0.
And this was the slowest first inning of this afternoon, as we have seen a lot of runs scored in the first inning for all the teams so far.
Really at least 1 in all the games scored. As now the play made over and they couldn't handle it third, so Talia is aboard to start the second inning for ATU. Now next up is Vanessa, and that one tapped down the line, had to make the play there, and wanted to go for the double, but elected to just put it back in the pitcher's hands.
And after the last game, that might be a smart decision.
So Talia makes it over to second with only 1 out. And there's Jackie for ATU. And that one hung up in the tree, foul. So the tree does not count as an out in this league.
So they try to shake the tree to get the ball out, but they do have a replacement ball.
So score one for Mother Nature.
That does count as a foul.
And now another one into the tree line, but this one will stay at least fair away from the trees, but still foul by game. So 2 strikes. And that one, a ball. And graciously for that one.
And the wind's picking up now. It'll be interesting to see where this ball goes.
And that one straight to the pitcher who wasn't ready for it, but it's enough to get Jackie aboard. And really, if you take a look, at least from our vantage point, that ball looks like a different one compared to the one that you normally have seen in kickball. It seems a little bit smaller. It might be a blessing defensively for these teams.
It makes it a lot easier for them to catch the ball, that's for sure.
That one skied over shallow right field. A catch is made, and that will end it. So a nice play by Crystal to end the inning. So on 2 hits, 2 runners left the board for ATU. Score still tied at 0, and here comes the Kicking Queens to start off the bottom of the 2nd inning.
And it's been a slow start to this game for both sides, but maybe that's a good thing because it's showing that both teams are pretty evenly matched.
I think it's a good thing to see. And now ATU looks like they'll talk it over before the next half inning here from the bottom of the 2nd. And we'll be right back. We'll take a commercial break on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
Nice to see the commissioner of the league out there to do a little bit of maintenance on the field in between innings as we're back here on the Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Ty Polk, Stan Beckton. Sunny, windy day here from Arsenal Park in Lawrenceville, the home of the Steel City Kickers League. And as right now they're trying to fix up a couple lines on the field. Now, be sure to check out the Rock Comedy Show. Season 2 is coming soon. But if you want to see us live in person, come on out to the Parkway Theater in McKees Rocks. Live recording this Tuesday. And Now that one tapped right down the line, but good enough for the infield single.
And Kicking Queens with a good base hit to start off the inning. Still scoreless to open up the game.
D-Lush aboard with no one out. As that one kicked down the line, foul. It can fly up on one side. There's no way out there. Runner on first, no one out. As that one kicked right to the left short. The play made for the out, and Legs rounds out to first. D-Lush moves over to second base.
And the wind's really picking up now, so look for a lot of these balls to stay on the ground. Or if they do go in the air, look for some misdirection.
Here's the catcher, Mamas, up to bat. And it looks like they managed to get that one ball away from the tree line, finally, from the last half inning. Shout-outs to the win. As Mamas hits this one right to the pitcher. Play to first, made for the out. And now 2 gone. But the Kicking Queens runner makes it over to third base. So an opportunity.
But with 2 outs, there's a chance for ATU to still get off the field. One thing I have noticed about ATU that differs from our last game is that ATU is very quick to get the ball to the pitcher. And the tree with another one.
But fortunately, it bounces out, foul.
The tree has some butterfingers now.
And JB screens sighs of relief there, as you don't want to be another player who gets it caught up in the trees, as this one skies over, away from the trees, but into the hands of number 32 for ATU, 40 out. So 1 runner left on base and 1 hit given up by the Kicking Queens, for the Kicking Queens actually. And we'll go to the top of the 3rd inning, and the score is still tied at 0.
Tied at 0, and this game may come down to who can score first.
And Kiara catch is made on her first pitch to her, 40 out. And now next up is Shea for ATU. And that one a called strike. Next pitch to Shea, a tapper rolling foul.
And that's one of those pitches where you don't want to kick because that was going to go ball.
Last week, PGH Beauty crane kicked one, and that one easily to the hands of the defender for the out. And Ebo makes another play from third base.
She's shown throughout this season that she can really lock down that third base line.
I wonder what's the equivalent to a golden glove in the Steel City Kickers League. Golden hands, is that one down the third base round, but rounds foul.
Maybe a golden foot.
Golden foot? No, that's more for kicking.
More for kicking?
Well, it would probably be silver slugger, so silver foot, that one down the third base line, fair. No play made over. As Nana gets aboard with the infield single. Back to the top of the lineup we go, and here's Maddie. She made it to first base on the single, but was a casualty out in the FC double play. As that one tapped down the line, play made over for the out, and that will retire the side.
And on that kick, she kicked the ball one way, but it went the other.
So one runner left on base from the hit. No errors, and we'll go to the bottom of the third, and the score is still tied at 0 apiece.
And outside of one error early on in this game, it's been a pretty disciplined affair from both sides.
I'm keeping everything.
But I still got 0-0 as the record. I need to update it. That's all.
ATU lost their first game of the season. Kicking Queens won their first. And now for the Queens, running it out. And nice play there by number 13, Ebb, as she's aboard on the single. Ebb at first. Here's the next kicker, KB, and that one easily over to first for the out. Ebb manages to advance and not put herself in double play situation. That one skying, and the tree catches another one.
Does that
But
count?
they ruled that could be ruled in play if they want to. But they won't. So it's fouled. And Ebo's ball is caught for the out. Now 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
And that one is
That one
fair.
over in the left field fair. So Ebb makes it over to third, and Toy, the pitcher, helping out her own cause with a single. That one just typed foul by Worm, 0-1.
Chance to get the first run of this game.
Second pitch to Worm, rolled a ball. 1-1's the count. The 1-1, that one off the backstop foul. And that looks like it'll be enough to retire the side.
So a runner left on base for the Kicking Queen in a tightly contested game. Actually, 2 runners left on base.
Yes, on the strikeout. So now only 1 hit given up in that inning, as we'll now go to the top of the fourth, and it's still a 0-0 ball game. That one off the backstop and not ruled in play. So Max, number 21 for ATU. One more chance at bat, and that one rolls away for a ball. Two and one, excuse me. And that one to first base and caught on the pop out for out number 1. So good job by Ebb at first base. As now here's Renee for ATU. That one ruled a ball as well. The 2-0. That one lifted into the air, first base side, and the catch is made. 40 out.
Ebb once again with another catch on those pop flies.
Kicking Queens thought that retired the side, but there's only 2 gone. There's Talia, and that one to the left field side, and a nice catch by Ebo for the out.
Yes, and she's doing a great job at holding down that third base line. It's really both Ebo and Ebb controlling the defensive effort for the Kicking Queens so far.
So Evo with another catch at third base, and again, no runs scored, no hits as well. So the defensive showcase still ongoing. This one down the left field line, but foul. As it's Hunter at the plate.
In a close game like this, that might be one of those foul balls you want to try to go for and get the out. Now we have a stoppage in play as the umpire makes an announcement. Umpire and commissioner.
So it's Hunter at the plate. Lifts this one to left field down the baseline for the catch.
A good catch there by Talia to get that out.
Now here's LL Forever.
And there was some heat on that pitch.
That one-handed off after the bobble for the out.
And that was Kiera on that catch. A chance again for her. Falling down, she
And
makes
on
the
her
catch.
wallet, she makes the catch.
And we are still scoreless heading into the top of the fifth. This is a change of pace from earlier on this afternoon, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's nice to see defense be a premium right there. And that was a nice play. Falling down, still with the wherewithal to make the catch. A highlight reel play.
Very exciting play.
And we'll take a break as we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community, fundraiser, and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mary. I've been a member at Fit for Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit for Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit for Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
Still to come on the Roxamore Sports Network, the Lady Ballers will take on Renegades in our final game of action from Arsenal Park today. Now top of the fifth, and down the line, Vanessa. And It looks like that one will be foul.
1 foul, 1 strike, as all fouls count towards strikes.
Next pitch to Vanessa ruled a strike as well. 0-2.
And that was a close one as it was bouncing a little bit as it entered the plate.
That one down the third baseline, fouled, and that's a strikeout.
3 fouls and you're out.
More like 2 fouls and a ruled strike and you're out. It's not just foul balls, it's regular strike. If it's a strike, it's a strike. And if there's 3 of them, you're out. So next up, here's Jackie. Play to first in time for the out.
And there goes that defense for the Kicking Queens. They only allowed 1 run in their opening win in week 1.
It's going really well, much better. Much better, yes sir. Good. Yes sir. As we watch this game back compared to the others, you'll notice that it's different. It's more pace.
This one lifted to left center, but drops in for a hit.
We're ahead of time, too. Enough girls last game. Yeah, I gotta have a conversation with them. It's okay, I mean. No, I gotta have it because they doing other things.
And Worm was close to making that play, but it was just out of reach from that outfield position. Another one pops up.
Bounces in the air, almost made the diving play.
But they were able to get the ball back to the pitcher in time to prevent any extra runs from being scored.
That's the difference. You got to stop the bleeding out there. And that's Fry in for legs. It bounced up off her, and she had a chance and waited for the dive, but not this time.
Could that mistake be what gives ATU the first lead for any team this game?
So Kiara at second, Mimi at third, runners in scoring position, and a prime opportunity for ATU with 2 outs.
With 2 outs, all the pressure is on Toy here to get them off the field. 2-2 count.
Hey, Leon, ask him what's the name of number 60 in for number 6 on ATU.
And with that ball, the bases are loaded. 3 runners on base
60.
and still a tie game. Can Toy get out of this jam here?
Two. That one rolls over. And now it's 1-1. Big play here. 1-1's the count.
And that is a strike.
Wow. So the 1-2 to Shea, and this could be huge. That one off the top of the backboard, and that is a strikeout, and just barely do the Kicking Queens get out of a jam.
Just barely, and when they needed her most, Toy got them out of a sticky situation. Bases loaded. That could have been very bad if that kick didn't hit the top of the base.
So the score still 0-0 after the 2 runners left in scoring position on base. Well, whoever's in for number 6.
And we had plenty of hits in this game this afternoon, but just not the same amount of runs.
Double zero. What's the name for 0-0? 6'1", and she'll take over on the third base side for ATU. And for number 17 on the kicking queens, kicking for her will be number 4, Fry, who has to be breathing a sigh of relief as she's up to bat as, man, they left 2 runners on there. It really could have been a dicey situation for the kicking queens as she kicks this down and fair to the left field line. And now she'll hustle all the way to second base. And that's one way to make up for it with the double.
A great way to redeem herself.
You make a mistake, you make a play. You know the rules. And that one fouled away by Mamas for strike 1.
So we saw kicking queens get out of a jam. Can ATU do the same in this tightly contested
Now the hit
game?
and run over to first for the out.
And now Fry is in scoring position. She can get them the lead.
What a way for this game to turn around for her. Coming in for a defensive replacement in her first at-bat, as that one's ruled a strike to JB. She may be able to drive in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 5th.
And any runs in this game may be the difference.
The 1-1 to JB. As that one lifted to left field, the catch is made. And Fry will stay at third base. And now Mama's actually made the first. And that one, short catch over. And now
a smart decision by Fry to stay at third base these last 2 times. Cannot risk losing this scoring position in this close game.
So now the shoe's on the other foot for the kicking queens, and that one's lifted in the air. But the catch is made, and the runners are stranded, 2 apiece for both teams here in this eventful 5th inning. And we are still looking for our first run as we go to the top of the 6th.
And we thought this game would be very close entering the afternoon, and it is proven to be such.
Taking a break. And we'll take a break on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll be back with the 6th inning.
So I started limping over there to her fast, but wasn't fast enough. So I had to get her attention. I'm like, hey. She turned around, see me limping towards her. She says, oh my gosh, you've been shot. I just fell on the ground. There wasn't even nothing wrong with me.
He's graduated from Ohio State Penitentiary. They got real classes in there. Anybody been in that school? No, they got real classes. Like, it's 50-year-old man in there. They was like, hey, fam, can you be quiet? I got school in the morning.
And I'm still fat. So if you watch season 1, I remained and maintained all this weight for season 2. I ate just enough fried chicken, cornbread, collard greens, mac and cheese, all that, just to maintain all of
still looking for our first run in this game as we enter the 6th inning. And be sure to check out the Rock Comedy Show Season 2. It's coming soon. But if you want to see us live, you can. This Tuesday, June 29th, at the Parkway Theater in McKees Rocks. Be sure to check out some of Pittsburgh's best comedians live. The Rock Comedy Show live recording. That one kicked right to the pitcher. Play to first, not in time. And looks like number 20, Maddie, for ATU, is aboard with a single to start the 6th inning.
Still 0-0 entering the 6th inning. We're getting into crunch time.
Here's Pashan down the third base line, rolling, and foul. Now this one down the first base line. Tried to make the play at third. Ruled safe, so Maddie makes it all the way over from first base to third on the out.
And it's surprising that she was able to get called safe.
Looked like the play was in time. That one lifted to the third base side for the out.
The play was in time, and it looked like the ball hit her in the head while she was sliding. Technically, that's legal.
Mr. Tree says hello for the foul on that one. As Renee's up to bat, 0-1's the count. Really, we had a perfect view for that third base play. Be interesting to see the replay on that one later today. The 1-1 to Renee down the third base line, play at home, and instead of throwing it to the catcher, tried to catch her out herself, and that did not work out for him. So the run scores as Maddie gets our first run of game here in the top of the 6th inning.
And that goes back to what you were saying about that kickball being a little bit larger than normal. Harder to control.
I think that confidence, I think that might be the small ball from earlier. That confidence could be the difference, but sometimes you just have to throw it to the waiting catcher and make the play there. We'll see if that play comes back to haunt the Kicking Queens.
Number 7, Hot Mama.
So they're trying to do a little bit of stewardship at the home plate. Quick play at the plate. We're back out here. That one lifted into the air, and the catch is made by Ebo for the out. So that will end the inning for ATU. Finally gets the first run of the game across at the top of the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's ATU with a 1-0 lead.
And entering the bottom of the 6th, Kicking Queens has shown previously that they can put runs on the board, scoring 6 in the opening week.
So here's Evo leading off, and that one caught for the out.
Number 22.
Nice play by Pashan of ATU to hustle off the line, and that one tap her over, but right to first base for the out, and quickly 2 away. Toy, the best performer in the top half of the lineup so far, as it looks like she has both the movement at the plate for them. Only one hit and another catch made there, and that quickly retires the side, as now we'll go to the top of the 7th.
And ATU has a chance to expand on their lead to secure them some breathing room.
Not the final chance for the Kicking Queens here. They will get a shot, being that they are the home team in the bottom of the 7th. But ATU wants to establish a little bit of social distancing on the scoreboard. That one, Vanessa down the line, makes it over for the single. Just what the doctor ordered for ATU, early base runners, and that one down the third baseline, but foul.
Kicking Queens needs that defense that has helped them so far this season to show up right now so they can have a chance to win this game.
Now 0-2, 2 straight foul balls. Play at second made for the out. As Vanessa, the force.
Looks like they caught her safe. Oh, nope, now she leaves.
That one couldn't be handled. No one over at second, so the runner, Jackie, is safe. Mimi gets the single. And here's Kiara for ATU. Runners on first and second. Only one out. Kiara hits this one shallow center. Catch is made by Worm for the second out. Only one run scored, and it was in the top of the 6th inning. Toy rolls that one down Broadway, but it's ruled a ball. And that's now 2 balls and no strikes. That one lifted over the third base side, and Ebo makes the catch, and that will end the inning. So here's the plan for the Kicking Queens. They're only down 1 run, and if they get 2 runs in this half inning, they can walk it off right there.
And for ATU, their goal is to do what they've been doing all game. Play great defense.
So here comes Hunter for the Kicking Queens. Bottom of the 7th, we start with a roller to the pitcher covering and a bobble, but eventually an out there, and now 1 away.
2 more outs for ATU if they want to win this game.
A hard-fought victory for either team is in their favor. We'll find out in the next 2 outs as that one rolls away for a ball, as LL Forever is now 1-0. That one kicked over right short. Play made for the out.
And Maddie is putting some heat on these pitches. Clearly the arm is warmed up at this point of the game.
Kicking Queens down to their final out. D-Lush down the third baseline, rolling, but foul.
And after looking at that foul kick, it looks like D-Lush is just trying to get on base.
The next pitch, that one also down the third baseline, but foul.
So a 0-2 count here.
Now down to their final strike, and foul balls do not help them. Lifted in the air, and ATU walks away with the 1-0 shutout. Renee makes the final out, and that is how we have maybe our best played game by both sides in this game. Maybe this day, maybe this season so far.
And it was a great defensive performance from both sides, but it came down to just one run.
So still to come is the post-game show for ATU and the Kicking Queens. But man, what a game, what a game. ATU, 1 run, 11 hits. They had 1 error. And the Kicking Queens, 8 hits, 2 errors, and no runs scored.
And one thing I think that can transfer over for Kicking Queens, even in a loss, is the defensive performance. If they keep playing defense like that, they'll be sure to win some games this season.
Well, and we'll take a quick commercial break as we will get our player of the game over for an interview on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Max Select Realty. My experience and my commitment makes everything I touch turn to sold.
Call Lisa Baldwin at 724-933-6300 extension 489 or go to selecthomefinder.com.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
So I started limping over there to her fast, but wasn't fast enough. So I had to get her attention. I'm like, hey. She turned around, see me limping towards her. She says, oh my gosh, you been shot. I just fell on the ground. There wasn't even nothing wrong with me.
He's graduated from Ohio State Penitentiary. They got real classes in there. Anybody been in that school? No, they got real classes. Like, it's 50-year-old man in there. They was like, hey, fam, can you be quiet? I got school in the morning.
And I'm still fat. So if you watch season 1, I remained and maintained all this weight for season 2. I ate just enough fried chicken, cornbread, collard greens, mac and cheese, all that, just to maintain all of it.
Back to the Roxamore Sports Network post-game show. I'm Ty Polk, and I'm here with the winning players for ATU. We have Mimi and Maddie, M&M as they like to call themselves. That's the duo. And so, Mimi, congratulations on the win. 2 hits. Of course, the run came a little bit after Maddie's play there. But just talk about, well, the entire defensive structure of the team. It was a great performance defensively, especially against the Kicking Queens, who have some great defensive plays themselves.
Yeah, their defense is all right, but we know how to do this. We practice hard so that we could just make the plays. We seen how strong they did kicking and everything, so we just had to step up and do what we had to do.
And there was a couple times where you were able to make it to third base, so it was off a fielding error, and it seemed like that one chance was going to be like it's just that type of game for you.
Yeah, and it just wasn't because I didn't get there.
I mean, hey, everybody made plays on both sides. It's a win. It's a win that, honestly, you could look at it, even if you lost it, it's like, well, I did my part.
We did really good. We did really good. We did both teams.
And Maddie, you were the pitcher of record, a shutout here, and of course in a day in which everybody and their mother was scoring anything from runs today. Just how's it feel to only give up no runs and also have the one run scored that was the difference in the game?
I just came out here to do my best, and my teammates needed me today, so I gave them all I could give.
Absolutely. You seem to really force them into situations with the foul balls. And just tell me, how do you take advantage of the rules out here in terms of 2 bounces is considered, well, a ball that could be a strike?
I try to keep my balls low, and I try to use the whole base. Like, I try to get as close to the lines as I can get or go straight down the middle as fast as I can throw it.
Was there a couple times where you were like, oh, the umpire really gave me one there?
Nah.
Confidence on the Roxamore Sports Network. Well, Mimi, Maddie, congratulations, and we'll look to see you in 2 weeks on July 11th.
We'll be there.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. So we'll be back with our final game of action as it's the Lady Ballers taking on the Renegades at 6 p.m. on the Roxamore Sports Network.